Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
A.B. with the keys.
They say the spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. That's why I'm in all black, booted, ready for war like Yahushua, raised under warriors and mighty men just so I.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said, sir. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact of them here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. and sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Von Dale. Payback to bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, your leech ass, lil' fame, I won't war, got the same, for wrong. For wrong, these people. For wrong. I try to tell these motherfuckers time and time, nigga. For wrong. Pussy ass, purple ass nigga, man. For wrong. Nigga, your born ass right. Niggas better get their weight up, you little body bitch. Worry about a damn pay cut, you little body bitch. I ain't worried about none of these niggas, little body bitch. You done scare rag, cow ass little body bitch. Had to fuck around, get my rank up, you little body bitch. And I'm pouring up, yeah, young nigga, and I'ma take a sip. Yeah. All these niggas want down hate, but tell them zip it lip. And you a dumb ass, scare ass boy, little body bitch. Damn. And I ain't worried about nothing, nigga, nah, I ain't worried about shit. I got more than one, so you know, nigga, don't reminisce. I spit flavors on these damn beats, niggas better catch a pitch. Never knew a goddamn man be scared to represent. When you a whole ass, dirt ass, little damn body ass nigga. Get body with it damn scritchy with your little body ass nigga. Nigga, I'm a true priest, true line, nigga, true Zion ass nigga. And you a little boy, a little bitch ass, little body ass nigga. Big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, your leech ass, lil' fame, I won't war, got the same, for wrong. For wrong, nigga, for wrong. I tell them, nigga, for wrong. You get your shit together, nigga, for wrong. Work it. I'ma do this shit till I rock, you little body bitch. I'ma judge your ass like your pot, you little body bitch. And I'm smooth with it, y'all the zock, you little body bitch. And I switch nigga on your thought, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay determined like the cons, you little body bitch. And I'm stone cold like a bond, you little body bitch. And I'm a warrior like Dan Gabal, you little body bitch. And my aim like not a zock, you little body bitch. Need a princess Barbara, you little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch. Yeah. I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. I got it, big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, we purple, we gay, your leech ass, lil' fame, I won't want, not same, for wrong. For wrong. For wrong. Hey, what I tell you, nigga? What I said, for wrong, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, pussy ass nigga.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like
like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
With Grammarly, every email you send can be polished and ready to go. So this is Grammarly's free quick fix feature. You can polish up your emails instantly, where
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bite it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK suit solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a whole study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest hold. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bite it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip look like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating, boy, the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? boy come down my road, boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we got it. UPK, shoot solid, Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood or hood? More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy? Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed an old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed an old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. See the man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for left. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile leg. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thuggin' with Lucky and that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed an old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
That's good, that's good, that's good.
Hey, Shalom Israel's Precinct Officer 1000, the Kashawan of the ISUBK. We start out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. It is Wednesday night. Tonight is the Biblical Law class, where we go over the Bible and the law in the Bible. All right. I'm accompanied tonight by Officer 50 Napash Kaya. I see a lot of brothers and sisters online right now. So first I want to say Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh thumb to all the brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shemal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters online. Before we get started, I'll take any questions that you got in the room or online. I'll just give it a second while those are getting typed up and entered in. What I will do is tell you guys that we have Mission 16 coming up this Sunday, June the 1st, from about 2 to 5, about 2 to 6. We'll be going downtown to the Bashore's Men's Shelter, and we're going to feed the homeless out there. This is Mission 16. This is big for us, and we're going to continue these missions until our King returns. All right, that's coming up. If you want to make a donation, either monetary or otherwise, send some funds if you want to Cash App 1 West Soldier. That's the number 1, the word West Soldier, or just reach out to me, inbox me on Facebook at Nakashawan Yashala. So that way we can find a way to retrieve whatever it is that you actually want to donate, whether it be food, clothes, or otherwise. All right. So tonight's topic, let's get into this topic tonight. Superman. There is a movie coming out, and I'm very, very, very excited to talk about this class tonight. Superman, James Gunn has remade Superman, and we know there have been different iterations of Superman, but what people do not know is that Superman is based off of and influenced off of biblical figures and the Bible. Now, how do we know this and how do we find this out? If you look up the creators of Superman, you're going to find 2 specific people, okay? These 2 people, I'm going to find it in 1 second. These 2 people were of the Jewish descent, or Jewish, so-called Jewish. These 2 men were at the time in the 1930s to about the 1940s were going through fascism in Europe, and they were going through the Great Depression, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, around that time. So what these 2 men decided to do was create a fictional character influenced by elements of the Bible to represent who they could not be. All right. And I want that to settle in your brain, because it's going to be a plot point that we're going to come back to within a couple of minutes. These 2 men, like I said, were of course so-called Jewish, so they believe in Judaism. All right. Now, this is somewhat different and very different from who we are as the chosen people, the actual true Jews of the Bible, because their beliefs and ours are totally different. Like, we actually believe in the Bible, and what they have done is the same thing that they did with Superman, which is to take characters and whitewash them to make these people in the Bible, these figures, I should say, look like them, and to also be what they couldn't be. We, however, are the descendants of the people that they're actually talking about. And it's interesting to have 2 so-called Jewish men to be the creators of Superman when they, in fact, know that they are not the true Jews of the Bible. I find that to be highly entertaining and laughable at best, because of the fact that you got 2 so-called Jewish men taking the elements and the stories from 3 specific people, Moses, Samson, and Christ, and taking that to say, well, hey, this is what we strive to be like, because we were bullied. If you look into their past, they were often looked at as not very attractive men, and they wanted to illustrate and make Superman attractive, because they didn't get. Let me look this up real quick. Just take this walk with me. All right, 1 second. All right, we started a little bit late, as you can tell. So Salaki, my apologies. All right, this headpiece, I'll reveal everything later, but no excuses. So if you see me turning my head like this, I do not have a stiff neck. All right, just bear with me. All right, I'll unfold that later too. I just want to let y'all know. No excuses in here, man. None. All right. Let me look this up real fast. I had it on a laptop, but of course, our oppressor is the devil. And, you know, you want to make sure that this doesn't get out because Hollywood, this is not nothing new either, right? Hollywood has a habit of whitewashing. They do it all the time. What is some examples of that? Well, we can go to the Charleston Heston 10 Commandments that everybody knows of, right? 10 Commandments, and that movie was played by a white guy, okay? And we know that the character that he's playing is a black man. Whitewashing. So much so that one of the miracles that Moses performs in the Bible, they don't even show it in the movie because the miracle was for him to put his hand inside of his shirt, inside of his bosom, and pull it out, and it's leprous. Now, they didn't depict that in the movie because in order for you to depict that, for it to be a miracle, his hand had to go in black and come out white. But this guy's hand, Charleston, is it Charleston Heston? Yeah, he doesn't put the hand in the shirt because if he pulls it out, it's the same color. That's no miracle. All right. That is something historic. Okay. So if you go to Google and you just type in the Superman creators, two men, so-called the Jewish men, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, okay, of Jewish descent, created Superman. And if you go more into it, you can go to the Wikipedia one if you wanted to. They created Superman. All right, because of the insecurities that they felt. And they wanted to be viewed in the same light that Superman was viewed in. So they created a character and was like, hey, listen, we want to be looked at like that. We want to be attractive, which is why you see Superman with the little swoof and the slick back hair and the muscles. These two guys were the opposite of that. If anything, they were more Clark Kent. That's who they actually were. So it was a bunch of nerds who then, you know, created a guy who they wanted to be like. And in essence, the whole point of this topic is to show you that our oppressor does that all the time. Why? Because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people are the greatest people to ever grace this planet. The absolute best. Hands down, you cannot find a group of people, another nation of people, faster, stronger, powerful, creative, I mean, innovative, you name it, and that's what we are. That's what we are. You can't find another culture or race of people that are like us. Much like you can't find another race of people that are like Kryptonians. You can't find that. They are a special breed of people and superior than everybody else. Okay? We look human, great. We are above that. All right? So, if you guys look at Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, you'll see the origins of them. They're some pretty hideous looking dudes, by the way. It's pretty ugly cats. So anytime you see these dudes and you see Superman, just know that two ugly cats created Superman. All right. But let's go into more of this real quick. All right. Any questions online? Nah. Okay. Nah, you good. It's all right, brother. I understand. There's no problem. So more into this character of Superman, right? So when we start to break down these two specific men who clearly are not Jews, but claim to be Jews, that is biblical as well. All right. Now, a group of people who has stolen the true Jew's identity to be themselves, to be looked at as superior, that has happened before. You understand? And it clearly has happened now. I'm going to go to Revelations 2 and 9 real quick. Just bear with me. I'm going to pull it up. I don't have a reader. Revelations 2 and 9. All right. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. You see, the Lord knows that we are a rich people. Even though we go through tribulations, even though we go through poverty, we are the only people that go through these things, but we are still rich. And what are we rich with? We are rich with the fact that we have such an agreement with the Most High that we are his people. That's what makes us rich. Being Israelites, that is the thing that makes us rich. Because of the fact that we're the strongest, the fastest, the bravest, the most intelligent, the most innovative. We are all of these things. These are the things that make us rich, not rich financially. We are talking about rich in wealth of knowledge of who you are. Even though we're struggling with poverty, even though we struggle with tribulations and things that go on in our lives, we are still rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. It is blasphemy that Jerry Siegel and Joe Schuster are out here, or were at that time, considering themselves the true Jews of the Bible, when they in fact knew that they weren't. All right. They know. If you ask any so-called Jewish man, which is why you don't see a lot of battles online. You understand? You never see a lot of battles between ISUBK and the so-called Jewish man, because the so-called Jewish man, he knows. It's our people that don't know. And this is why illustrating classes like this matter, because you watch movies, and the only way that you can get through to somebody nowadays, because our attention span is so small, you go through a movie, you go through music. At least I like to do it through film, so that way I can illustrate the point a little bit clearer. Sometimes when you do a 2-hour class and you banging Christians over the head with scriptures, and you just giving them everything, most people don't process it in that way. But I found that if you start to unfold and bring out these hidden secrets of Hollywood, people are more amped to listen, or more in tune to listen. They really want to hear about it, right? So this is why we have to do this. But it is absolutely blasphemy for a so-called Jewish man to consider himself or call himself a Jew, because he is not. And the next part is very heavy. But are of the synagogue of Satan. Now, we Israelites, we are the true Jews of the Bible, yet we don't go to a synagogue. There's a group of people who do attend a synagogue. Now, why is Revelations 2:9 saying this? Because Revelations 2:9 is actually happening right now. It has happened for a time. The word revelation means to reveal. You understand? So this has been revealed before, and it's happening now, even as we speak, because it's happening through the course of this class. If we drop this and we go to Revelations 3:9, let's go to Revelations 3:9, which is a precept to Revelations 2:9. And it I ain't gonna say kind of, it absolutely weighs a little bit more heavier on the point of Jerry Siegel and Schuster doing what they did. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which I just said, right? Which say they are Jews and are not. Those people who are in that synagogue of Satan, they are there specifically to deceive. The Lord rose up Pharaoh for the same purpose. To rose up Pharaoh so that way when he destroyed Pharaoh, his name could ring throughout the earth. Okay? Now, this is here for the same exact reason. The Lord plants these people here so that way you can read the Bible and go, damn, that is true. That does make sense to me. That is what's happening. They do go into the synagogue. These words are not here just for no reason. They're there for a reason. Okay? And are not, but do lie. I'll read it again. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which they are Jews who and are not, but do lie. Jerry Siegel and Joe Schuster lied. They absolutely 100% lied about who they are. And furthermore, on top of the fact that they lied about who they were, they also made the habit of lying about what they were talking about. Hence the whitewashing of Moses, the whitewashing of Samson, and the whitewashing of Christ in the form of who they believe to be Superman or who they created. They lied about that. The elements that we're about to go into now for the second phase are going to ring home a little bit deeper about what Siegel and Schuster did and what they pulled from. And I'm going to go to a couple other things, but let me read Revelations 3:9 again. The one that I read earlier was Revelations 2:9. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They lie. Here's the second part of that, which is heavy. I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I had loved thee. The Most High is going to make them fall and bow to us in order for the world to see who the Lord actually loves and cares about. Because there's a clear distinction in this chapter and in this verse, like 2 and 9. Who are the real Jews and who are the group of people that's saying that they are Jews? Hamites, who are the so-called Africans, they believe that they're the Jews. Some Arabics believe that they're the Jews. But for the most part, there is a race of people who have claimed the title and claimed the nationality or race, rather, of the Jew. Okay. And that's where Schuster and Siegel come in. All right. Now, if you go deeper into this, let's go into a little bit of the Superman character. And I'm watching online as well. So if I got any questions, that's solid. I see you, Roland. What's good, Roland? Shalom, what's happening? How you call? I see you. What's good? Radha, what's going on? Mawasar, I see you. Sister Ma'adana, Yaquagabar, I see you. Gashan, Truba Ra'ai, what's happening? Kadasha Pa, I see you. Shalom, Yawashamal, Dabashim, Yawashab. Let's go a little bit deeper into the character of Superman. All right, just 1 second here. Let me pull up this. Okay. Schuster and Siegel, they looked into the story of Moses infused with the elements of Samson and the savior ideal that comes with Christ, and also the savior ideal with Moses and Samson as well. All right. So if anybody online, you with me, go to First Maccabees 3 and 48. All right. Because I want y'all to read along with me. And if y'all got it in the chat, just put a 1 up. All right. And I'm gonna read it. Here's also what Siegel and Schuster did. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, which is the Bible. All right. This is what they did. And I continue. Wherein the heathen, the white man is a heathen. Let's keep that in mind. Had sought to paint the likeness of their images. This is the whole the Renaissance period. The Renaissance period was when we had characters and our prophets, biblical figures, whitewashed and painted over. Christ, the disciples, you name it. There's a book called The Russian Icons as well. If you look that up, you'll find that these people. Oh, okay, no sweat. Hey, Troop was good. Shalom, Yom Shabbat.
Shalom, how about Shimmy? That's up, rocket thought. Everything too wild about it, huh?
All right, Khan, no sweat. The water, brother. You twab?
Come out of one, Khan. Just woke back up.
Okay.
I'm too wild, okay? Come out of one, Khan, too wild.
Hey, no
everything good with you?
Yeah, Khan. I'm about to just bust open the Superman story real fast. You know how I do it.
Come.
All right, ain't no sweat. So right now we're in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. Now, just to give everybody a quick synopsis, Trooper Yaquagabar just jumped on real fast to the live stream. Amazing Trooper, by the way. We talking about the two creators who, first and foremost, created Superman based off of elements of the Bible. Now, Seeger and Schuster are so-called Jewish, which is ironic because they're pulling from a book that they believe in, yet they know that they're not Jews. So the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48, it reads, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint their likeness of their images. The likeness of their images, meaning they're going to paint over the things that were once black. Christ, Paul, Peter, all of these prophets, and every prophet and apostle known to man, they're going to whitewash. If you look up the word Renaissance, it came after the Dark Ages. It's a redoing, a reimagining, reborn, rebirth of the thing that once was. Okay, when we ruled Absolutely. So Siegel and Schuster are not ignorant of this. They're not ignorant of this at all. They're cowardly for sure, but they're just doing the same thing that their ancestors did. They're just continuing the job. Okay. So they painted over the image or redid or reimagined the image of Christ. They reimagined the image of Moses and they reimagined the image of Samson to make Samson to their likeness, to their image. You understand? Which is why, even if you Google right now, if you go online and you go into Google, type in Samson, type in Moses, type in Christ. Almost every image is going to come up white. Now, Google is this powerful machine, right? It's the know-all, everything. It's the smartest goddamn thing on the planet. It knows everything, yet for some particular reason, the only time you're going to get a black Samson, black Christ, and a black Moses if you type in what I just said and then put ISUBK on it. And then you're going to see images of Yahushua, Christ being black, and you're going to see Moses being black and Samson being black. But that's the only time. You have to be very specific about it, because if you don't, you're going to get the white images of these three biblical figures, these three real figures, okay? Now, Siegel again and Schuster wanted to do this because they were insecure. Superman is a beacon of hope to people, right? He's a beacon of hope. When you look at Superman, you're supposed to think, oh, this guy is going to save you, right? Now, if they're drawing from the Bible, shouldn't he be black? Because the three characters that they're pulling from are black. Moses is black, Samson is very black, and Christ is black. These three also are beacons of hope. Also, like Superman, were sent to save their people from oppression. Samson is one of the last judges of Israel. You understand? Who was given strength and might, which is where Superman gets that characteristic from. The whole damn story of Moses, well, at least before Exodus or Israel leaving out of Pharaoh, getting out of Egypt, is based upon Superman. The whole thing is correlation. A boy is put into a basket or a little ship, sent to another part of the land, and is raised by somebody else. Now, if I didn't tell you what this class was about, you'd be like, damn, yeah, that's about Superman. It comes from Moses as well, because these two pulled from there. That's where they pulled from. But before I get there, let's go to you got your sword, your Kawaga bar?
Come out of one, come.
All right, I got you. Give me Job 9:24.
Come.
All right, the water. All right, brothers, put the ones in the chat. The water, man, I appreciate that. Check y'all out. Everybody out here in these streets, man, putting ones in the chat. Y'all all right with me, but I see the ones. What up? I see y'all. We're going to Job now. We're going to Job 9:24. All right. The oppressor is an arrogant yet cowardly bastard. Okay. Schuster and Siegel would never ever do what the character that the character that they created, they would never do that, right? Because they don't have the heart to do something like that. But the people they're pulling from, the ideals that they're pulling from, are men, black men who were brave enough and not cowards, but warriors to go and save their people. Siegel and Schuster were just cowards who didn't get girls, and they drew a white guy with muscles to be the savior, so that way people could look at them as that way. They live in vicariously through a cartoon character, a comic book character, where the Israelites, the true Jews of the Bible, are direct descendants of a bloodline that is the greatest bloodline in the history of this planet Earth. We're the warriors, but yet we're looked at as less than. And our oppressor, who is not a warrior at all, is looked at in the same way Superman is looked at. When you look at that picture of Caesar Borgia, a lot of people look at him and think Superman. They look at him and think that because you see a savior, right? The savior complex is a guy, he loves everybody, blah, 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 blah. He would never harm a fly, which we'll get to. And you make the correlation between how he looks and what he's about to Superman, which is the exact same thing that Schuster and Siegel did. You got that from me, Yaquan?
Come out of one come.
Read it when you got it, bro.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
He covered the face of the judges thereof.
Right there. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now, a lot of times when we pull the scripture, we're using it to illustrate a point. Usually we pull it at camp when we're outside because we're out there battling. And a lot of times in order to convince and to educate our people, you have to pull milk scriptures like this for them to get it. You understand? Milk is easier to digest for somebody that's just learning the truth. They're almost like children. You can't give them meat straight up. You got to do it in small portions, much like a baby. So when it says that the world is given into the hands of the wicked, the first thing that we would ask is, especially if we're on the street, which I'm going to ask to the class, who has the world right now? Like, if you could think of any nation of people that have control and the authority, who has that? The land just means where we are. Who has that right now? Put it in the chat. Go ahead, Yaquan.
It'll be Esau, so the Edomites.
Right. God. Esau. Esau has the earth. He has the earth in the palm of his hands. It is given to him. It is given to him. The earth is in the hands of the wicked. Why is the wicked part important? The wicked part is important to let you know that Esau is not a righteous person. He doesn't have a righteous bloodline. History shows that from the whitewashing, which we're talking about tonight, the mass genocide, which we have seen countless times and have read about in various different books. His history is his resume. His history is their reputation, what they stand upon. And that is not nothing new. It has happened before since the creation of Esau, that he is a man that just loves blood. Their whole bloodline loves to slaughter. That's what they do. You understand? That is the point. Now, the next part that comes after that is also very important, because if this person has the power of the earth, then he also has the power to change things. And the scripture says, read it again. He covered the what?
Come out of one come. He covered the face of the judges thereof.
Mm-hmm.
If not, where and who is he?
Who is this person? If it ain't Esau, who is this person that does this? Who whitewashes everything? Who is doing this? If it's not Esau, if the world is given into the hands of the wicked, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. We're telling you it's Esau. Who in the hell is it? Is it Ham? Is it Israel? Is it the Asian? Hey, what's going on, sis? Shalom. Shalom. Yahweh Shemal Dabashim Yahweh Shah. Who is it? It's Esau. Esau is single-handedly the reason why whitewashing even exists, because Esau is the only one that has the power to do it. They just recently showed that in the museum, I believe it was over in Russia, which is why we need that Russian icons book up here, that the prophets, the angels, Christ, his mom were black. They have paintings of this. This is not nothing I'm making up. This is something that's very real. And it is a wicked thing to lie to a people, steal their identity, and then tell them they're nothing, when the person who's stealing my goddamn identity, he's the person that's not nothing. Their bloodline is the one that is feeble and weak. You're wicked right now. You have the earth. Great. The Lord is revealing that you indeed are the person that we're talking about and have been talking about since 1969. We just want black people and Hispanic and Native Indigenous people to understand and believe it. which is why I'm asking you a rhetorical question. It's facetious in nature, but that question, who else would it be? And even when the scripture says, it says, if not where, and who is he? Where is the time? You understand? Where is the time? Renaissance period. It's him. Babylon here. It's him. It's him at any point in time. Because he has been the one in rule and authority. That's who has the world right now. That's who has the earth. That's who makes all the decisions, which is why we're in mourning. What does scripture say? Judah mourneth and the gates thereof languish. Why is Judah mourning? Because who's in leadership? That's why. When the wicked rule, the people mourn. I'm paraphrasing, of course. That's in the Bible. Somebody pull that up in the chat and put it in the chat. So that way everybody knows what I'm talking about. All right. Read it again from the top, Yaquar.
Come out of one come. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Where and who is he? When we start understanding, we start to peel back these layers. You can never doubt in your mind that what we're saying is a lie. One, because we can't tell a lie, but then two, you don't have any rebuttal to that. Because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people, we don't have the authority to do the things that Esau does. What up?
No, I was saying Jeremiah 14:2. They had the mic on, so about that verse.
Okay, yeah, no sweat. Yeah, I'm trying to get the other, but the what? I'm trying to get the people engaged as well. Get them in the chat. Talking about Napash Kaya mentioned Jeremiah 14:2. That's the precept that you're going to need for what I'm talking about at this particular moment. The water, Napash Kaya. Appreciate it. And how you call this dropped in there, Proverbs 29:22 as well. That's the one I wanted, is for sure. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. That is the real thing, because we're in the mourning right now. And speaking of judges, and when we talked about Job 9:24, you got to talk about Samson. We have to talk. Samson is in the book of Judges. He was a judge, one of the last ones of Israel. So as we're talking about Schuster and Siegel, they pulled from elements of Samson, right? When you talk about strength and drive and also saving his people, they pulled elements from Samson to add on to Superman. And I'm not making that up. If you don't believe anything that I'm actually saying, just type it in your Google machine, and that's an old thing to say. Type it in your Google machine, and you'll see for yourself. And they pulled from Samson. They pulled those characteristics to create Superman. Lesser known fact. Does anybody know what Superman's father's name is? Hell, what the hell is Superman's real name? I'm about to blow your minds away today. Anybody know? Does anybody know, either online, your quack about, don't say nothing because you might know. But I want to engage the people in the chat. I want to do something just a tad bit different. Anybody know that Superman's real name and his father's real name? Put it in the chat. Which is also something very heavy, because they go by the seed of the father. You don't never hear about Superman's mother. You know, his whole race of people, they glorify the male child, because the male child, up until they made that stupid Supergirl, but the male child was the one who was the warrior. You understand? And that lineage matters. You talk about Christ's lineage, right? And where he comes from, which is in Matthew, that matters. That is also pulled from the Bible about Schuster. All right, okay, hell, there you go. Clark Kent, his alien name was Kal-El. What's his dad's name? If anybody knows, put in the chat, but that's correct. Kal-El. Kala something, yeah. Kadasha Par said Ja Rule. All right. So Kal-El is Clark Kent's name, right? That's his Kryptonian name, right? That's who he is, right? His father's name is Jor-El. There you go. Roland got it. Jor-El. They come from the house of El. Go to your Google machine and type in El, right? And see where that is derived from. When you look it up, it is derived from Judaism. The so-called Jewish man uses El. El is short for Elohim, which means God or authority or power. That is a Jewish custom. And if we go a little bit, that's correct. There you go. If you go deeper into that, when we talk about the fake Israelites, they put that at the end of their name. Their name is always like Israel, right? Yes, Yisrael or Israel with the capital E and the L. You understand? Because of this, they follow after the same Jewish customs, so-called Jewish customs, as Seeger and Schuster. You understand? They following the same thing that those two idiots followed. And now you're following it thinking that you on to something more profound, but you're only following the ideals of an idiot, because El is not our last name. It is in Israel, you know, and they talk about Daniel and Gabriel. That's what they do. They emphasize the El part because the Elohim. But that is also something that Siegel and Schuster pulled from the Bible in order to flesh out the character of Superman. Tawada told y'all that, put it in the chat. And Tawada, how you call for putting that in the chat too. Tawada. If y'all can see the chat, go ahead and look at it right there. This is where it derives from. And they used it to flesh out the characters of Superman's father and Superman. Ain't that interesting? Now, breaking down the story of Moses as it pertains to Superman, right? We talked about it. Give me Exodus 2:2. All right. A boy who's been shipped away because of an impending doom / death is put into a little pod and sent down to another land in order to escape this impending doom, right? The boy is special, okay? And he is sent away with the purpose for when he gets older to grow up and save his people. He doesn't know who he is until he is older. Sound familiar? It's Moses. Sound familiar? It is also Superman. Superman was placed into a little tiny ass pod, and they sent his stupid behind down to earth. His father speaking to him as a baby, saying, "You're going to do good things, save the people, give them something to strive towards, blah, 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 blah." And he was sent to earth as a savior. As a kid, as a baby, raised by someone else. And this is where this is derived from, and we'll show you. You got that from me, Yaquaga Bar?
Gunn. Go ahead and read it. This is This is Exodus 2:2. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months.
Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 3. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of a bust of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink.
So what's happening here is Moses' mom is shipping him away because at this time Pharaoh was out unaliving the male Hebrew children. Again, this is nothing new. This is your Planned Parenthood of today, right? Where you try to get rid of the prominent and dominant bloodline. You understand? There is a oppressor that is trying to unalive our children. The only difference here is that this woman said, you know what? I'm going to get him the hell up out of here so that way he may live, right? To then rescue and save his people from oppression and to save his people from oppression. You understand? That's the whole point here. Today, what we do is we go up to Pharaoh and say, hey, listen, unalive my kid for me. Shalom. Have a nice one. I'm out. That's what our people do now. We voluntarily give our children to the oppressor for them to be unalive, i.e. abortion. You understand? Here, this sister's like, hey, listen, I'm going to put your ass in a little ark, which, if you know anything about an ark, what is it? It's a ship. A little tiny, in this case, a little basket. But I use the term ship because of the Superman analogy, right? And send your ass down this river so that way somebody else can pick you up. Now, here's an even lesser known fact, okay? Where people talk about the whitewashing, right? Now, how is it that in Egypt, if we're going by the logic of Hollywood, Moses in Hollywood is white? Now, how was he accepted by the Egyptians if he's white and apparently they're black? They would have to somewhat look the same, right? Right? Like if a white little baby comes down the riverbank in a basket to some brown women, these women like, who in the hell is this? But they look the same. They just have different bloodlines. You understand? And that's something that you could always use when people always talk about color. They usually talk about color, which we'll get into, and we'll talk about Christ a little bit later. But they talk about color, how it's not important. It is important. It is very important to know that color matters. Because in order for you to understand that Moses was a black man, you have to acknowledge that color does exist. You have to acknowledge that, because Haitian people are not pale. They're not white. You understand? Keep going, Yaquaga Ball. You on verse 4.
Come out of one come. And his sister stood up far off to wit what would be done of him.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to the wash there herself at the river, and her maiden walked along by the riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it.
So at this time, the daughter of Pharaoh was down by the riverside, no pun intended, washing up, right? And this little baby comes down in the ark. You guys know the story. We don't have to really get too deep into it. But you know the story. Somebody finds him, and then they get him. And then they raise him, right? Now, the correlations between Superman, which Siegel and Schuster pulled from, is this part of it, which is why I'm highlighting and illustrating this specific part. It wasn't up until later Moses figures out who he is. In the same exact way, Superman figures out who he is. Now, these two, they struggle with the notion that they're special. They just don't know how. What's going on? What makes me so important? What makes me so special? The correlation between Superman and us, which is why this class is even being taught tonight, is because we have struggled with knowing how special we are. Not even when you're special, how powerful we are. And that goes for the sisters too. Everybody wants to be us. Everybody. White man, Arab man, African man. Everybody wants to be the Israelites. Everybody. You understand? We are the only people that don't want to acknowledge this great power that we have. You understand? Like we the ones that don't want to acknowledge it. For years and years and years and years, you sit there and ponder to yourself. You go, well, damn, what's my purpose? What I got to do? What damn. But you know you're the best at everything. You see examples of this. And the reason why I mention the sisters is because you talk about some of the baddest women on the planet. Shit, I ain't gonna say some. The baddest woman on the planet. Point blank, period. Everybody wants to be her. Everybody wants to be her. Especially a white woman. They getting injections in their lips to be you. They getting BBLs and implants in both their chest and their behind to be like a black woman, to be voluptuous and curvaceous like you. They're trying to mimic you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the only reason why they would try to be mimicking you is because they know that you're the best. So for you to even put in blonde hair at this point to try to mimic them, why would you want to mimic a dog? Why would you want to do that? And for the brothers, the same thing. Look at Shannon Sharp. Great football player. Now look at him. Now, he trying to be a white man. Tight ass suit, no socks on with your shoes. You want to look white. You crying for Skip Bayless. When you the reason why that show was even popular. And then they left, they get your ass up out of there to get another Israelite up there to make the show better. Because if you got a show with 3 white men on it, nobody's gonna watch that. If somebody knows, what's that football one? They used to have a show for football, right? It was 5 white guys, and then they brought a brother in there to kind of make sense of the whole thing. But it was corny. It's corny. But they need us because we add flavor and style to things. It just takes us a long time to understand who we are. I didn't wake up to the truth until I was 30. I'm 40 now. It took me all of those years to realize, oh, damn, I am special. I am powerful. I'm the best person on the goddamn planet. The Lord chose me to be this way. The Lord put me and my people above everybody else. So why in the hell am I questioning myself to think that I'm less than when I'm better than everybody? And that's something that Moses struggled with. This is something that Superman struggles with at the time. And then once you realize who you are, it is no stopping you at that point. There's no stopping you. Interestingly enough, who tries to stop us every time? Every time we out on the street corner and we're trying to wake people up, do you one better. If we on the internet and we're trying to wake up our people, you know who comes to stop us? Anybody want to take a stab at this? Who tries to stop what we're doing every single time? Go ahead.
So like to say about me?
Go ahead, please.
It'll be our people, our own people are the one.
Our own people, right? It'll be our own people trying to stop us. It happens every time. If you don't believe me, go to our TikTok page and just look at any video and just scroll like this in the comment section. Oh, y'all need to stop the hate speech. Y'all need to stop this. Oh, man, come on. You can't do that. Stop it. It's about love and it's about love. There's one video, Guy Kawan, shout out to Officer Guy Kawan, all right? 19,700 views currently right on TikTok. White folks are going at this brother, man. They are going at this dude, man. Oh, get the hell up out of here. It's hate speech. It's hate speech. No one's denying what he's saying. All right? Nobody's denying that. They just trying to put a muzzle on it a little bit. But when you tell black people that the Jews are black, they get rid of your ass like Kanye. Why? Kanye currently right now is dressing up as a goddamn Klan member. Hey, there's no outrage for that unless I'm missing something. Now he's crazy. They look at him and they, oh, he's just crazy. It's Kanye so crazy. But then when he said the Jews are black, oh, it's hateful. Kyrie Irving retweets a goddamn picture of a book. It's called Negroes, the Hebrews, the Negroes. He's public enemy number 1. Why? There's a reason for that. The world, Esau, this society wants you to be dormant in your stupidity, and they want you to be dormant and lackadaisical, lazy, slothful. Because the minute you find out who you are and you realize that everybody else isn't anything compared to you, there's a level of confidence that you get, like a surge of confidence. And then there's this, I don't know how to explain it for real. I really don't know how to explain it. Once you have realized who you are and that the Lord chose you, You cannot be stopped. You are unstoppable. You don't fear anything anymore because you fear the Lord, because you know that the Bible that you read is real. But there's always somebody trying to stop you. There's always a force that's trying to stop that. Just that. If you out banging whores, nobody cares, right? You out there smoking weed, nobody cares, right? You unaliving your people, nobody cares. The minute you stop living by that script and start living by the script that was given to you, now all hell breaks loose. Oh, you stop smoking weed, your family, they hate your guts now. What you used to, my brother said that to me when I went up north to see my brother. He goes, man, I just want my brother back, man. You ain't the same, man. I know, I'm not supposed to be the same, you know? I didn't want to be the same guy. And we all are going to experience that. We are all going to experience that. I just hope that we, as a people, embrace it. We just have to embrace it. And this is the step to do it. A lot of times our words are very harsh, but they're necessary. They're necessary for us to get up out of this funk that we're in and stop looking at our heroes as white figures when the heroes that are whitewashed to be white were once black. Is there anything else on that? Give me the one that give me Proverbs 29. Yeah, give me Proverbs 29 and 2. Real quick. So I can illustrate the point about how when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. I see another troop up there. Who had Trooper Ra? Rai?
Khan, sir. How about Shalom Thug?
Hey, Shalom Thug. What's going on, brother? You all right? You Tawab?
12, sir. Khan, Warren. You 12, sir?
Yeah. I'm Tawab. You said you Warren?
Khan the one, Khan.
Damn right. It's the only way warriors live, man. Shit, that's every day, brother. That's every day. War every damn day, man. Do not stop warring. All right? You're Superman. Don't ever forget that shit. Don't ever forget that. That's what we bred for, Israel. We're bred to fight. That's why the whole purpose of us is to fight. Now think about it like this, right? To Trooper Ra'ah's point, right? Look how long we've been in the captivity, man. Look how long. Even if you don't count this one that we're in. We have been in captivity since the existence of our being here, man. And look at us. You would look at black people like it ain't nothing wrong because we wear war scars well. We wear them well because every day for us is a fight. Every day. Especially for brothers. Especially for black men. Every day you go outside, you're the most disrespected man on the planet. No one says they're sorry to you. You're always wrong. You're never right. You can't win. The world treats you like Clark Kent. You see how they treat Clark Kent? You see how they treat Clark Kent in the movie? They treat him like a piece of. They treat Clark Kent as if he's a bum. Oh, get out of here, Kent! You stupid idiot! Get on out of here, Kent! That's how people treat black men every day. We're looked at as the butt of a joke, the bottom of the barrel. Not realizing once we take these goddamn glasses off, Superman is under here, man. Don't take these glasses. Don't take this for granted, dog. I'm Superman underneath these glasses. Test me if you want to, dog. I'm used to this. We're used to this. Every day it's a fight. So if you got to keep warm, brother, keep warming. Show the world that it is a very small thing to a giant. Whatever's being thrown your way, brother, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. We are descendants from an invincible race. You understand? That's what we are the descendants of. Our bloodline is of warriors and of princesses, of royalty. Warriors, man. Real live warriors. The white man is not a warrior. He's a warrior, man. He's a punk. Had to create a comic book character because he was too goddamn afraid to say anything. And also, too, let me say this, too, before we get to that precept. Siegel and Schuster were, at the time, they were around the time of the Great Depression, right? And they were suffering oppression and prosecution, right? So instead of doing the thing that was right, which is to seek justice and fight, they created a comic book character to do the thing that they couldn't do. What a coward, man. What a coward. That's why those comic book characters are created by white people. White people, their figments of their imagination, want them to be brave. It's like a cat that doesn't get any women, right? Whatever he's going to do moving forward, if he's an artist, he's going to illustrate the thing that he wants to be. He's going to draw the thing that he wants to be in order for people to just like him. And Siegel and Schuster were the same way. A bunch of cowards that didn't fight anything. They hid in the room somewhere. These two bozos drawing a guy with slick back hair and glasses, and he pops his shirt open and flies around the goddamn city, so on and so forth. A bunch of cowards. When I was researching this, looking this up, I was just mind blown by it, because if anybody who knows me out there, everybody knows I like movies, right? I've studied them for quite a long time, and there are hidden messages. This is not conspiracy theory. There's hidden messages in movies. What is the movie telling me? What is it depicting to me? What is it trying to get across? What's the message that it's relaying? Just like music, it's the same thing. And in this one, they want you to believe that your savior is white, and also that these people are really Jewish, and they're not the true Jews at all. You got that precept for me?
Gunn out of one come.
Go ahead and read it when you got it, bro.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. There's no rejoicing right now because there's no righteous in authority at all. Also, too, Trooper I, give me Esau is the end of this world and Jacob is the one after. The righteous are in rulership right now. I mean, the wicked are in rulership right now. So there's no time to rejoice. We are in an oppression. We're tired. It's like Egypt all over again around here. Keep going, Yaquagabar.
Come out of one come. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
The people are mourning. They shipping people off. ICE is shipping off our brothers and sisters when they should ship off the oppressor. The oppressor is the biggest tourist of all time. He's the biggest tourist of all time. He's a tourist in this land. He's a guest, an unwanted guest that just won't leave. Yet he'll tell us to go back to Africa, and he'll tell Issachar to go back to where you came from, go back to South America, we deporting your ass back here. Like, you should go back to Poland. You understand? Go back to Iceland and go back to Russia. Go back to the cave where you came from. Go back to wherever you came from. You've been a terror here since you got here. And for some reason, you now want to have the legal authority or the legal say to be like, hey, listen, you got to go. As if Hispanics and black people are the problem. What the hell do we do? Besides the dishes and lawn care and babysitting. White fatigue was a thing well before black fatigue was a sentence. Keep going.
Come out of one come. Whoso loveth wisdom, rejoice his father.
Mm-hmm.
But he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance.
Let me tell you something. This is a great precept when we're talking about the time that we're in right now. We are prostituting ourselves for nothing. Our people are at the bottom, and we should be on the top. We should be on top. And there's going to come a time where we will be. You understand? But we have to first unlock these little nuggets and turn them into gems to show people who we really are. Now, we got to do it through film because it's a very simplistic way of presenting a case. But nonetheless, we have to do it. Trooper I, you got that precept for me?
Slacky Adam one. If I may, could I have the chapter and verse again, please, Baba Kashar?
I got you. No, so I'll pull it up. Esau is the end of this world. I got it. It is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Esau rules now. But
Come.
when we get more people into this truth and start to become, I don't like to use the term woke, but I'll use it because we talking to Israel, and Israel sometimes understands these terminologies. Once you wake up to who you are, it's our time to rule, and we're going to rule righteously. In the same way that people view Superman as this beacon of hope and light, that's what the Israelites are. That's our whole purpose, is to be the beacon of light for the other nations. Get that precept too. To anybody in the chat, not the troopers. I want the brothers and the priests in the chat to get that, who should be calling in if they on in the comment section. Get that precept too. Go ahead, Trooper Rai. Read Second Esdras 6 and 9.
Khan. This is a book of Second Ezra 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
The white man is the end of this world. Donald Trump, he's causing war. His reign of terror is going to be over. Because who else is going to end this world? It ain't going to be us. We don't have the power or authority to do it. We don't have that authority to do that. We don't have the power to end it. But somebody's going to end this world. And this precept is talking about Esau ending this world. And then what?
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And when this world ends, we will rule the one to come. That's why when we talk about the word world means age or society. See, Esau rules this world. Okay? He rules this world right now. This is his age. This is his society. But once this world ends, then, brothers and sisters, will our world begin, which is what we are waiting for. And I cannot wait to rule. I cannot. And the reason why is because we are the ones that understand what justice is. In order to understand what justice is, you have to be oppressed to know what that looks like. You have to know what oppression looks like in order to understand what true justice is. Esau does not know what justice is because he's not put in the position to retrieve or ask for justice. He's not at all. Siegel and Schuster created Superman because they felt that they were being oppressed and persecuted. So they created a beacon of hope to save people, a fictitious character that is based off of biblical figures, real live biblical figures. And those figures did the job that those cowards couldn't do. And those characters, Samson, Moses, and Christ, were warriors that their sole purpose was to save their people. In order to save your people, you got to be oppressed. You got to know and feel what the hell oppression is. You got to know what that looks like to even go, this is an injustice. But if you sitting on high, if you Esau, how the hell would you know what injustice is? You don't experience it. Furthermore, what in the blue hell does Superman experience, the character itself? What injustice does he actually experience to warrant him to want to save people? That is a question, man. Anybody know, what does he experience? Because biblically, Moses, Samson, Christ, our people are being persecuted, unalived, hunted, enslaved. So one of us, the way we do it right now, the ISU became the Commander Junior Hana, we look at situations and go, our people need us because our people need to be free of injustice. Our people need justice. Our people need salvation. What the hell does the Superman suffer from that he can go, yeah, I know what that's like. Let me go save people. What does he suffer from? That these two creators can go, damn, let's create this guy because he experiences the same thing. Nothing. That's the answer. Nothing. Which is why he had to pull from Samson and pull from Moses and pull from Christ. The motivation to be the savior. Because these two bums, these two simpletons do not know what that's like. They didn't know. They had an idea of what it was because they read the Bible. This is what we go through, brothers and sisters. This is what we go through, which is why we're the beacon of light. We're the beacon of hope for all the other nations, but mainly to save our people from the oppression that they see right now. We are the supermen around here. They used to have a term for it. They used to call us super brews. I don't know if y'all remember that. I remember when I first came into the truth, these yahoos online were like, "Oh, y'all super brews," and I was like, "What the hell is a super brew?" And then I was like, "Well, damn, I guess they talking about like Superman." So if that's the case, call me that. I will gladly be that. At least you know I'm coming to save you, dummy. Help is on the way. We're coming to save you. And we're brave enough to do it. We go out on the streets every Saturday. We put our lives on the line. That's what we do. We put our life on the line. Christ, Samson, Moses. We put our lives on the line to save people. That's what we do. The creators of this didn't do anything besides go into a dark room with a goddamn pencil and a notebook and just started drawing what they perceived to be a hero because they were too cowardly to be that. We are not cowardly at all. It takes a certain type of man to do this job. You heard what the trooper was saying earlier, how he warring. When the last time you ever said that to yourself, white man? What the hell you warring? What are you fighting? What oppression do you suffer from to where you can feel for the oppressed? What do you go through? The hell do they go? I don't, because somebody asked me, what the hell do white people go through that they need a hero? What do they go through? What do they suffer from? They saying black fatigue, which is stupid. But what do anybody in the chat, what do they go through? Nothing. Superman's biggest problem is a little green crystal. That's his biggest problem. He gets around a green crystal. Oh Lord, no, I'm dying. Man, please. He gets around a green rock and he is gone. Crack cocaine in our community is kryptonite, dog. It's something that we suffer from. That is a weakness. That's something that's destroying us. Go ahead, Kaya.
Islam, same thing.
Right.
He be the strongest thing in the world, but throw that front of Superman.
Right. It's over. And that's the point. The white man doesn't suffer from anything that he needs to be saved from anything. And it's funny to us when you always hear black people coming to us like, Campbell, you gotta love everybody. And what about the white man? What about he don't need saving? What the African needs saving from? What the white man needs saving from? What does the Korean need? The Asian man has he has a city in your city. He got like a little Chinatown in your city. You don't even have a little black town in a black town. Black people don't even have a community, much less their own anything. What do they need saving from? Nothing, because they're not oppressed. Only the person who is oppressed knows that they need saving, which is why we yearn for it when we're younger. But we start to understand it as you get into the truth on what that saving actually is and what it means. But in order to do so, brothers have to get in all black. You got to wear boots. You got to wear armbands. And you got to fight for your people. You have to fight. And that comes with a lot of ridicule. A lot of people throw stuff at us. They harm us all the time. But we still are out there every Saturday. We're not going nowhere, and we damn sure not running, because this job is only for warriors. And if you can't do that, just create a comic book character and live vicariously through that character. What's the name? Set something on the board. Let me see real fast. Salaki. I see how you call. I got you. All right. Read that precept again, Trooper Ra. I'm sorry, Salaki. Kaya. There'll be more on this, all right? Looking at this, I can't see this at the same time. All right. Go ahead, Ra. Salaki.
Khan. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Yeah.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Y'all get the point. We up next. So you better get ready. You better get ready. That's why we have rank and order and structure here. Because in order to lead a people, you have to have rank and order. You have to follow orders, Khan, because we're going to be leading a lot of people. And if you have a breakdown within our ranks, we are not going to be able to lead anybody. This army that we're in, we're preparing to lead our people. You understand? That is the whole point. And if you can't respond to a text or answer your phone, it's going to be very difficult for us to lead a nation of people. Point blank, period. If it's too difficult to say Khan or follow order without crying or complaining, it's going to be difficult for you to lead people. It's going to be very difficult for you to lead people. Let's get into the fun part of this. As it pertains to the white man and Superman, all right? Right? What is one of Superman's more popular ability? What's the main power that he has? Does anybody know?
Sir.
Go ahead. Then we're gonna have some fun now. What is it?
Putting up one fist in the air and flying around.
Flying around, right? The white man. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, you good. I just need to see the comments as they pop up because I can't look at the. Yeah. Right. That's absolutely right. That's Stone Dasher. Yeah, you're right. Stone Dasher, you got to change that profile picture. All right, Sloggett. Superman loves to fly. He just loves it, right? The white man has always, in every context of his well-being, thought of himself as this up in the way, is it a bird, is it a plane type of character, right? He just flies high. That's his. He wants to be above everybody. He wants to be flying around. He wants to be God. He wants to be looked at as godlike. But that soaring is biblical, precept, and not for you troopers. Not for you troopers. I want the officers who are in the thread, who are in the chat, to give me the precept that compares Esau to this thing that he loves to do so much. Mr. Up in the way, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. I just almost gave it away. I said bird. I'll give you a hint. Obadiah. That's what I'll give you. I'll give you Obadiah. Give me that precept. Mr. Up in the goddamn sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. He wants to be above everybody. They do this now, obviously, when they have the space program. They want to be up in the air with the stars. That's just above everybody else. When in actuality, he's low to the ground. He's the serpent in the garden. He's low to the ground. Anybody? No takers? Give me Obadiah 1 and 3. Yaquaga ball, you good? I know she was clearing your throat a lot. You good?
Cut out of one cup.
Okay, you got a little cold or something?
Sir. I just woke up before I got in class out of one.
I'm ready
to rock and roll, sir.
All right, my man. Give me Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3, please.
Come out of one cup. This is Obadiah. This is Obadiah 1 and 3. Mm-hmm. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Mm-hmm. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, mm-hmm. whose habitation is high.
Stop right there. These two cats that we're talking about, their pride, the pride that they had to create an invincible character, right, that is based off of what they want to be like, it was very deceiving, because if you didn't know who these creators were before tonight, you wouldn't even know that these two dudes were punks. They were two punks that had a pencil, a coloring pencil, and a piece of scratch paper, And they created a guy who they wanted to be like, because they didn't want to save nobody. They didn't want to get in the war and the fight to save their people. So they had to pull from Christ and Moses and Samson to culminate and make a character that they could be proud of and to say, yeah, I'm like that. That pride was oh man, it was dumb, right? But they deceived because they're stupid. But also too, with that pride, have deceived all of us. Because before today, or before you realize what the truth was and that the white man is the devil, you would think that Christ is white and he is the same as Superman. He's like a little alien baby that came from the Most High, laying with his mom, and then this thing shows up. He's a demigod, that type of shindig. Okay, but no, it's created by two corny punks with a coloring pencil, and that's where you get this from. You understand? Keep going. Oh, it's coming off now. Oh, your quagga bar gone? No sweat. I got you. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. The cleft of a rock is a high place. It's like a little cave, a little crevice. All right. Whose habitation is high. The white man's habitation has always been high, even here. It's in the high places. They sit in high rises. They live in skyscrapers. They work in skyscrapers, and it's because of their pride. They want to be in these places to convince themselves that they're high and mighty, and they want to depict this image. You understand? Furthermore, if you look at the very place where Clark Kent works, it's a big ass building called the Daily Planet. It's a high place where he works. You understand? That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the white man for you. Who's gonna bring me down to the ground? Who's gonna do it? That pride and that cockiness is the thing that they possess. That's what they possess. And if you don't believe that we're talking about Esau, this chapter is talking about the destruction of Edom. We're talking about the Edomites here. We're talking about Esau here. You understand? That's how you know. You got to go by characteristics. These two, in their infinite stupidity, created this guy to be in a high place and to be high and mighty. And it's like, who could bring this guy down? Which is why they had to start creating villains for him. But he is invincible. I'll even prove it to you outside of this. I'll prove it to you outside of this, right? Freddy Krueger, invincible. He's white. Jason Voorhees, invincible. He's white. Let's move it a little bit more further. John Wick can fall out of a goddamn window, fall into a garbage can from 3 stories high, 5 stories, 6 stories. He gets hit by a car, invincible. He is invincible. The white man depicts himself as invincible all the time. He is never vulnerable. He's always invincible. You can't defeat him. You can't beat him at all. Neo in the Matrix, he's dodging bullets for crying out loud with the most awkward looking break dance I've ever seen in my life. He's just break dancing. That's really what it is. And then the guy he's fighting is also invincible. How did we notice? Because they keep making the same reiteration of the Agent Smith. He's back again. Now, how is it that one invincible guy can fight another invincible guy? There has to be an ending to it. And there never is. Because Agent Smith is coming back because he's invincible. And so is Neo because he's invincible. Hell, even the girl he's with is invincible. She's fighting agents and she ain't even special. She's just white. But they're invincible. Who can bring these people down? Who's going to do it? You never know.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead, Troop. You got it.
If I may, just really heavy what you're bringing out. I think about even the way that they train, you know, like the height of being like a Edomite is to be a Marine, and more of them die in training than even in war, you know, because they try to act like they're invincible, and they get it in their head they gotta be this version of themselves, and even just trying to be that in reality, it don't really work like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. But the arrogance of like, who's going to bring me down? Who can do it? And here's where we go to Superman's power. We're going to go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, is a bird. It is the mascot of America. All right. Superman he is in front of the flag. He flies and soars just like one. Let's keep going. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? If you go right now to Google a picture of Superman, right? Look at it. There's an ending shot of him in part 1, and then there's another one. I think it's in all of them, where he's flying around in space. It's really stupid, weird. He does his little stupid smirk. And he's like this, and then he does this. He's just amongst the stars. He's so high, he ain't even in the earth no more. His nest is out there. He's just chilling out. How? How is this possible, man? How? You would think he has some type of boundary somewhere, right? Of things that he can and cannot do. But these two jabronis created a character that fits the description of Obadiah 1 and 4. He soars and flies like a goddamn eagle. He flies high. He sets himself on high. He's living in the stars because he is supposed to be an embodiment of God. The last name El, the Elohim, all of the things line up. Now, if you want to correlate this to the white man as it pertains to like Trump and the eagle and America and the Space Force, all of that is relevant as well. All of that is also very relevant because we're talking about somebody who thinks that they are above all and that they can fly. And then the damn NASA program, they go into the moon, all to be like, well, we like God. We are God. We above him. Wherever they think he is, they think that they're above him. So they plant their flag on the moon and they flying all around, man, all because of that pride. And with that pride comes a lot of arrogance and like, who's going to bring me down? You can't do nothing to me. Elon Musk is chilling in the White House as if I don't even know who the vice president is. I've seen Elon Musk in the White House more. I don't know who the vice president is because I don't see him. I see Elon Musk with that big-headed mutant baby of his on his shoulders, just chilling, firing off spaceships that go off into space and then come back and land directly inside of the goddamn holster that just, OP, overpowered, invincible, can do everything, but somebody's going to bring you down. Somebody's going to bring you down. When our king returns, your time here is over. The greatest fight that I think we're ever going to see, big time fight field, our king versus your whole lineage, your whole nation, because you're going down. The only reason why the Space Force exists is to prepare themselves for what they know is coming. They know it's going to happen. They read the Bible. They know. And they're preparing themselves for it. Look up Space Force if you don't believe me. And you would think it sounds comic booky, right? It sounds like, oh, it's a comic book. But the same two goofballs that came up with this character, there's another goofball in the White House right now who's devising the same type of strategy. The only difference is that he has money and technology to do it. He's damn near like Tony Stark at this point. He's trying to armor the world. That's what he's trying to do. You understand? Let's keep going. I read from the top. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence when I will bring thee down, saith the Lord is going to bring you down. The Lord is going to bring you down, just like he did Pharaoh. And it'll all be because you are hunting and oppressing his people. See, Christ is our Superman. Moses was our Superman. Samson, all of these people, real warriors that were fighting for injustice and fighting for their people, those are real heroes. That is what a hero looks like. You understand? They got to come from the same struggle as you in order to fight it, which is why we're all in the truth now. We're all in the truth for the same reasons why those brothers did what they did. You see what happens to your people and you want to fight and do something about it. Go ahead, Troop.
Oh, Salaga, sir, I just wanted to say, I'm available to read. I have the precept available too if you ever need it repeated or just going forward. So Salaki.
No, yeah, you good. Give me Isaiah 14 and 13.
Khan one Khan, book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Oh, wait, stop right there. Stop right there. Read it again from the top. Let me break this down. I was looking something up.
Khan. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
That's what Esau is doing. That's what Superman. It's like it. That's what Superman does, right? That's what he does. That's where he came from. He came from the stars, didn't he? A little baby in a pod. I think it was one movie when they was calling him that. They were calling him like the man from the stars, or the man from the something like that. That's what they were calling him at that time. And make no mistake about it, when you see examples like Superman, those type of ideals and that ideology, it rubs off on white people. It rubs off. They get influenced by it. They think that they're that. They believe it. That's why they resonate with him so much. That's why there's so many different iterations of Superman. You understand? There's so many movies about him. It's like, okay, well, damn. If he is invincible and he can't be beat, why do you keep making movies telling me there's a villain that's not going to beat him up? Who gives a damn? I mean, he's invincible. He can't be stopped. But that's how they feel. They're only depicting what they feel they are in their mind. You understand? That's what they're doing. Go ahead, brother. Says Salaki.
If I may make a comment, basically asking the question, sir.
Please.
It's been a long time since I've seen the old Superman, but have he ever saved a black person on there? I don't think so.
Yeah, he saved Richard Pryor in Superman 3. And that was about it. I don't remember him saving any other black people. I don't remember no black people being in Metropolis at all, except for Richard Pryor. But in the Man of Steel, Lawrence Fishburne was, I think, the only black person in there. I don't think he really saved him. But to answer your question, one to my knowledge. But Lois Lane could fall out of a goddamn building and he shows up like it ain't nothing, man. Jesus Christ. What? I'm getting pissed, man. Y'all, I start getting angry about this shit. All right, keep going, Trooper Ra.
Khan.
Mm-hmm.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
All right, stop right there. Right. Now, of course, when we talking about this precept, you're talking about the authority as it pertains to right now, right? And that authority is Esau. Sitting upon sitting upon the men of authority, and you talk about Congress right now, the people in the White House, the UN, things of this nature, right? But also, too, it mentions here about in the far reaches of the North. Okay. Now, just for giggles here, okay, where in the blue hell does Superman live? Does anybody know? I think we all know where the hell. Where does this cat live at? It's easy to look up. It's okay to look up. You can look it up. I'll give you a hint. There's snow there. No takers? All right. On your own time, your own leisure activity, look up Superman's house. It's a big ass, like a crystal house. It's made of the snow. It's these snowbanks, and they go shooting out of the goddamn ground somewhere in the North Pole somewhere. That's what we're dealing with what these two creators of the character are pulling from. They're pulling from many different sources in here to create this guy. That's what's happening as it pertains to the Superman character and the whitewashing of Christ and Moses and Samson, because although they're taking elements from them, they're not actually painting this hero out to be a black man. White people are very bland. They don't save anybody. Okay, keep going, Trooper Rye.
Come. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Mm-hmm.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
I will be like the Most High.
Which is what Esau thinks he is. Which is why we go to him for help as opposed to going to the Most High for help. More people pray to that Caesar Borgia cat that we got laying on the ground as the goddamn rug in the school, but they don't pray to the Most High, right? You don't want to pray to a black man. You rather pray to the skinny Superman-esque like character that you see in church all the time. You understand? Because to our people, that's God. That's Christ. That's what the embodiment of what holy looks like to our people. When we go outside dressed like our king and the prophets, and we got on war-like apparel, people say that we're crazy. They go to Comic-Con dressed up like Superman, and for some particular reason, no one bats an eye to this. They got red underwear outside of blue tights, and we saw that this week when we was at camp this week. Some Edomite dude was out there dressed like Goku, but he had pink hair, and I was like, but we look weird. They said that we dress like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, yet there's a real live cat out here right now dressed like Goku. And they have a whole festival for this. They had an event downtown called Comic-Con, a Dragon Con, a SuperCon, Farrakhan. They got all that downtown, and everybody, oh goodness, this is fun. Yet we're dressing like the priests and prophets of biblical time, and we're the crazy people. We're dressing exactly like our hero. We're dressing like a person who is actually out there to save somebody. They ask us about the spikes on our armbands. That's for defense. Because we're not out there just talking. This is real live spiritual warfare that we're going through. It's a damn exorcism on the street. You saw the movie Exorcist, and you like, oh, that's fun. We experience it every Saturday. That's a real thing that happens. People spitting, turn their head around, walking upside down, people getting naked, crawling down the street. This is not nothing that we're making up. This is something that actually exists. Because that demon inside of a person is real, and we're trying to save them from that. We're doing the same thing that Christ did. We're doing the same thing that the prophets of old and the priests and prophets of old did. And you have to be armored up for that. You got to put on this armor in order to do that. Because we are real heroes. We are real heroes. You understand? Keep going. True. You hear?
Kind of one kind. Salakia, sir. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Y'all go find that picture of the new Superman movie, right, where he laying down on the ground. He fell out of the sky, and he ended up crashing, and then his stupid dog came to get him. When I read that precept, that's the first thing I thought of. Our oppressor is going to be defeated. In his mind, he's not, because in his mind, he thinks he's invincible. Well, there is another power coming here that is greater than you, that is going to bring you down to the ground where you belong. And on that day, we're going to ask you, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Because you, for so long, have been sitting in a high place, high and mighty, just like Superman, almost like untouchable, like nobody can. People look at Superman sometimes, the ones that go up against him, they look at him in fear. Yeah, he's smiling, but you like, damn, what can I do with this dude? He's presenting himself as if he's pleasant, but there's another side of him that's like, yo, this dude could unalive the hell out of all of us right now with no problem. Which is what he's going to do, or what he's trying to do. You understand? He comes to you with smiles. And it's like, oh, I'm about the kids. Meanwhile, he just used some laser shit in his eyes to kill somebody, man. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm trying to illustrate a point that the wolf oftentimes presents himself in sheep's clothing, or in this case, a suit. And on face value, you think that this guy's a hero when he hasn't even identified himself with the oppressed in order to fight for them, which is what our oppressor does. Our oppressor comes to us disguised as if he knows the struggle. And then once we get him into a position of power, he uses said power to further destroy us. But he does it with a smirk and a little curl on his head. And he wears a cape and he sings and he dances. And we are so blinded by this because of characters just like this. When there's a bigger picture that you should be looking at. You should look at that. That is the whole point and why we're illustrating this. You understand? That is in essence why. That's the why. When I do classes or I talk to people, there's a question that you should always ask yourself in any situation. It's the why. That's like why. You understand? What is the reason? What's the reason? And I'm not talking about in a logical sense. I'm talking about in an illogical one. I'm not talking about if you get an order, you're like, well, why am I doing this? No, do the order first. And then if you got a question about it later, then ask. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is if somebody says to you, hey man, we want you to vote for this congressperson. Why do you want me to do that? Why is it so important that you get my vote? What's the why? What am I voting for? What is this person doing? What are they about? Why is it important to get the black vote? Why? There's a reason why. Always find out the reason why. And when movies exist like this, do not just take it on face value. I'm not saying to not enjoy a film, but don't sit there and take it like, oh, well, it's just another kid-friendly movie about some white guy. Why? What's the point? What's the point of keep doing this again? We saw this already. It's a white guy. He's invincible. He flies. He soars through the goddamn sky. Great. Why are we seeing this again? There's a reason why. This actor who's playing this Superman is the first so-called Jewish Superman at a significant time where they're going off in war over there. It is absolutely a bloodbath happening over there. So the question is, why? Why now? If this entity was created off of characters in the Bible who are Jews and illustrated by two men who are so-called Jewish, why weren't the other iterations of Clark Kent / Superman Jewish men, Jewish actors? Why not then? Why now? Why now is because you need a beacon of hope for those people over there who are oppressed and dying. And oh Lord, we need a symbol of hope. Here you go. Here's Superman. Here you go. Here's the first Jewish-born actor to play him. Here you go. Here's a beacon of hope because they need it. That's what they need. We need hope. Our hero, our Superman is Christ, and he's black, very black. Precept. Give me Revelations 1 and 13, and somebody get Daniel 10, 10 and 5.
Okay.
That's the one I really want. Revelations 1 and 13.
Okay.
Let's see, while y'all doing that, let me see if any questions online. Adar Mob said, yeah, Superman pretty much is in love with the Earthlings and sacrifices his life to protect them in the same way that, and he's right, in the same way that as White Christ. If y'all go onto our Instagram page, right, earlier today I posted like 5 pictures from Superman, the Man of Steel, right, 2012, I think it came out. Yeah, 2012, 2011, whatever. And in that movie, Zack Snyder, who's the director of that film, specifically made that rendition of Superman more Christ-like. The imagery, the posing, Christ on the cross, the crucifixion, the resurrection, which is what they played on in those films. He comes to earth to save humanity, struggles with his identity, finds out what his identity is, dies for humanity, and then is resurrected at the end of the movie. I'm not making that up. He actually resurrects at the end of the movie. He's put into a coffin, and at the end of the movie, dirt rises up off of the coffin, and then they have the Justice League movie where he's resurrected, and he's wearing all black. Because now he's evil now, right? Stupid, right? But it came from somewhere. Anyway, you got that? Revelations 1 and 13?
Cut out of one cut.
Go ahead, read it when you got it.
This is Revelations 1 and 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one likened unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Garment down to the foot. This is giving you a description. Officers know what this is, and you young brothers will know. This is talking about Christ and the 7 candlesticks of the churches. And this is talking about what he looks like and what he's wearing at the time. He's wearing a garment down to the foot, which is why we wear our priestly attire. Understand? Keep going.
Cut out of one cut. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So have you ever seen Officer Hadar Mav? If you guys tune in the Sabbath service on Saturday at 10 o'clock, Hadar, you can put in the chat if I'm incorrect about this. Officer Hadar wears a gold belt, right? What the world would think is a gold belt. In Christ's time, a girdle is like armor. It's like a bulletproof vest, but around your waist. And the reason for that is because when you are like us and you are in the business of saving people, people want to come and unalive you. And back then they didn't have guns. They had swords. And they wouldn't get you in a way where it was obvious. You know, we talking Shank City. We talking rib cage action. And Christ wore an armor to cover that area. Because on the right side of your body is your liver. Automatic kill shot if you're hit there or stabbed there. You understand? So you had to wear armor. Now, why would a guy who is like Superman, Mr. I'm smiling all the time, be the most wanted man alive? Why would we have to wear armor? Superman don't wear no goddamn armor. The bullets just bounce off of him. You understand? But our hero, our Superman, Christ, had to wear armor because he was not invincible. And he knew what the job entailed, just like we know what the job entails. Keep going.
Cut out of one cut. This is verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs were white like wool. What does that mean? His head and his hairs were white like wool. His face, we're talking about a color and a texture. Wool is a texture. White is the color. So his facial hair matched the top hair. His hair looked like this, which is white. I don't have gray hair yet, but I know that I will in a couple of years if I keep listening to y'all call me every night. However, he had white hair, and it was nappy, just like this. Superman doesn't have that. Neither does Caesar Borgia. Keep going.
Cut out of one cut. As white as snow. And his eyes were a flame of fire.
His eyes were a flame of fire, which means that they were red, right? It wasn't an actual ball of fire coming out of his eye, which is interesting that we're reading this like this because another piece of this puzzle as it pertains to Superman is what comes out of his eyes. The very beam that comes out of his goddamn eyes is red. In certain movies, before he uses it, his eyes will just light up at a glow. Why? They're making a correlation. Again, they're pulling from a source in order to depict a character. They're pulling from a real live biblical figure, a hero of ours, a savior for us, the Israelites, and made him white. His eyes were as a flame of fire. That just means his eyes are red. He drank wine. If you drink wine long enough, you'll know. Come on to Sabbath service and find out. It happens. You understand? But his eyes were a flame of fire. And also, too, it happens when you get angry. You understand? Brother's eyes will get bloodshot red. Keep going.
Gunn out of one con. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet unto like fine brass. That's brown, brothers and sisters. That's not white. That's brown. And to show you how brown, keep going.
As if they burned in a furnace.
I don't know if you've ever been on a burn unit before, but there's some crispy cats up there, man. Christ was not this white slick back hair or stringy haired white man. He was and is a black man, a very, very black man. We talking Wesley Snipes out here in these streets. And scary looking. You understand? Just imagine a brother coming in here dressed like how we dress, austere to the core. He's not laughing. He's not joking. He's here to do a job, right? And his eyes are like a flame of fire. Just, man, just the thought of that alone. That's a king. That's a king. That is a ruler. That is a person who ain't playing. And it's also a person who understands what oppression is and understood what it was to such a degree that you have to raise up brothers in pursuit of the fight for your people and establish schools in different cities in order to speak to only your people, just like we do now. We don't do this. This is not a hobby for us. This ain't nothing we just get together on Saturdays and have a good time. This is not that. This is a lifestyle. Some brothers don't get to see their rib. Some brothers don't even get to touch their rib because you can't be unclean in here. So sometimes she may want the shit and then you can't do it. You got to come over here. It's a lifestyle, man. But it takes a strong woman to be a part of that too. It takes a very special, and I'm using that term on purpose, a special woman to even understand that she's married to a superhero. When you sisters married to a white man, you just married to wealth and money. You're married to Batman, if anything. You're married to a guy with a nice car and a suit who he'll disappear at night, come back, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm married to Bruce Wayne. I'm married to a billionaire playboy. You understand? It takes a strong woman to be with a priest because she knows that when we go outside them doors, there's a chance that we may not come back. There's a big chance that we may not come back. In our society, we're treated as if we're Clark Kent when we're really Superman. And we save lives every day. The world calls it us being insecure and overprotective. We call it just doing our job. You sisters online, I want y'all to understand something, especially if you're married to a priest, right? If you're married to a brother that is in this school, in this truth, and he puts his life on the line, you should glorify that brother, right? I see these, sometimes I'll see profiles of the sister, and the sister in her profile, it says, oh, rib of offer. They have a hard time saying property of, which is okay. We're gonna work on that. It'll say rib of priest and officer. Like they glorifying him now, right? They're glorifying him now, but in this very small way. However, you should look at him almost as if you do Superman. Your husband saved you. Your husband saved you. He saved you through the authority and power and the knowledge that was given to him. He saved your life. What you never really see is anyone saying that. They'll say things like, well, you know, my husband, he's a great guy. Okay, why? How? He saved me. When you was in the world, white Christ was the one that you were glorifying. You were glorifying him more than you did the brother that's on the couch. You were glorifying that bastard more than the brother that's actually saving you who's on the damn couch. Oh, Jesus saved me. I got a one-on-one relationship with him, and he saved me. You posting that all online with the stupid little prayer hands and screaming it to the high heavens. Scream to the high heavens how your man saved you. He saved you from yourself and from the streets. That's a hero. That's what a hero is. He's trying to save those kids. He's trying to save his people, but the world is stepping on his ass and they treat him like Clark Kent when he's really actually Superman. He embodies what a superhero embodies. We go out to war. We fight these battles. We have villains every day that are coming to attack us. Well, there's kryptonite for us too. It's usually you, but there's kryptonite in our way. But we look at that and go, nah, all right, I ain't falling for that. You understand? And then vice versa, sisters. Your husbands look at you and sometimes say to themselves, they go, damn, how did I get so lucky? Because in most cases, you have saved him. Give me that script. Somebody give me that scripture either in the chat or it's the wife is sanctified by the husband, the husband is sanctified by the wife. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Our job is to save each other. Right? But we have to start acknowledging that. When you infuse and uplift a man in that way, he feels invincible. Sisters, when you talking to your man, make him feel like he's Superman. Look at him when he's down and he's out and he's on the ground. When he's in a low state, which is what we really are for the most part. You got to tug at that brother's cape and let him know that he's Superman. He saved you, he saved the family, and he's trying to save his life, yours, and everybody that's around him. You gotta say that shit slocking with your chest. You can't just be like, oh, well, you good at this. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go work at IHOP? It's just no. You got to remind that brother of who he is. Strong, leader, fighter, lover, whatever, protector. You got to remind him. You got to say your words are going to hold so much weight. Your words could either kill him or build him up. They're going to either do two things. So when next time your husband is sitting there, he down and out, remind him of who he is. You got to be the cheerleader for him. You got to be that. Lois Lane writes stories about Superman. She fantasizes about Superman. She treats Clark Kent like crap, and it's the same guy. It's the same dude. But when she's around Superman, oh, you're so dreamy. Oh, you saved my life, Superman. She's bragging on this dude about how he saves her. You got to put your husband over like that sometimes, man. When he's down and out and the world is against him, you got to tug at his goddamn cape and say, listen, you got to remember who the hell you are. You're the greatest you're the greatest man on the planet. Start acting like it. And brothers, when your lady is down, for whatever reason that is, usually it's insecurity, something that she's lacking or doesn't specialize in, which is a constant thing that happens. You got to instill into her that same gem that she instills into you. You got to save her. You got to save her. You understand? And I'm not just saying to tell her how beautiful she is, because women like action. Men, we cool with words. We cool with words, right? But women like action. They love the action. They like to be. That's why when you see us give women flowers, we do it in public, because women like that. It's about action. Women are not big on words. Superman. He ain't just telling Lois he's going to save her. He's actually doing it. You know what I mean? He is swooping down from wherever the hell he is, and he's saving her. Action. You got to be about action. You can't talk. So she feeling some type of way. Hey, woman, put your stuff on. I'm going to take you somewhere with that. Take her ass to a goddamn horseback riding or whatever. She's like, oh, wow, this is great. Lift her when she's feeling a certain type of way. But you have to do it with action. You got to do it with action, because that's what she's looking for. She's looking for you to save her in this way. And we're looking for you, sisters, to save us in this way. Our people across the board need both. They need action and they need words. And that's why we're thankful that the Lord called on us and we were chosen to be in here. We heard the call and we answered it. We heard it, we answered it. We heard the words and then we acted on it. And now we're instilling that into our people. Because the woman is a hero because she's supposed to save me, and I'm her hero because I'm supposed to save her. Somebody got that precept for me?
Gunn, I don't want to come.
Okay, go ahead. Read it when you got it.
This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 13. Can I start at 13? I don't want.
Oh, yeah, please.
Gunn, I don't want to come. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 13. And the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, and he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Stay with your woman. Woman, stay with your man. Even in his state of even in the state of unbelieving. What is unbelieving? Right? It's a wider context, but in this particular context of the time that we're using it right now, your man, ladies, is being absolutely destroyed. The black man in America, Hispanic man, Native Indigenous man, is being destroyed in America. We suffer from depression. You think you got depression. Holy hell. We are suffering from it. We die earlier than you because of it. We are so unbelieving that we don't believe we can do the things that people think we're good at. Women see your potential, right? Your wife knows your potential. She knows it, right? You may have known it before, but society has helped you suppress it because a down black man is the best version of a black man in America, which is why there's no award shows for you. There's no positive reinforcements for you. Black men rock ain't a thing. My daughter's mother, right, is a doctor. Okay. And I was saying this to somebody the other day. Sisters have avenues where they can go to like these like little conventions for women. They're like, oh, all black women convention where we're honoring this person. You're getting plaques just because you're a woman. You get plaques, crystallized plaques, the award for greatest female estrogen ovaries, and it's hanging in your house. You getting plaques for being black, being a black woman with a job. Positive reinforcement, Jesus Christ, you get it every day. There's always a seminar for you. You don't see that for black men. You don't see that for black men. So when your husband is down, ladies, right? Here's what you should do, right? Here's what you should do. Get a crystal plaque, right? The world's greatest dad or the greatest man alive. Give him a plaque. Give him something he can look at and be like, oh, damn, that's thoughtful. I'm not talking about a necktie. Let's stop doing that. Socks. I'm not talking about that. That's not how you say thank you. Tell him he saved your life. Pick him up. Give him a goddamn plaque. Something that he can look at and go, yeah, hell yeah, that's right, I'm the man. It's facetious, I know, but I'm telling you to go a long way. And then boast about his ass online. Tell the world that you married to a Superman that saves people and saves your life when he's down and now and feels like crap. Because that's what he's going to need to feel better. Keep going.
Come out of one come. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
And vice versa, brothers. You got to do the same thing. Pull her ass out of that slump she's in. Pull her out of the slump. How do you do that? You got to stay with her. Got to stay. You understand? Don't fly away in the night. Fight that fight with her. Because the one thing that's her kryptonite, let me tell you what women's kryptonite is. Her kryptonite is, he's going to leave me. That's what they think about all day, every day. Right? That's what they think about. That's her biggest weakness. And the time that she's unbelieving is the time where she thinks that you're going to leave her. How do you correct that? Instill into her that you ain't going nowhere. That one little thing that makes her insecure, when she's unbelieving, she's like, oh, no, I don't think I ain't going nowhere, woman. I'll be back. I got to save another life real fast. I'm coming home. One of the greatest gifts a man can ever give his family is him coming back to the house, which gives her comfort. She has a reason to believe that you're not going anywhere because you just came home. Sisters give him a reason to come home too. You understand? But when she's in that unbelieving state, or she's going through postpartum or whatever the hell, whatever she's going through, brother, you got to go in there and pull her ass up out of that. It's your job and it's your duty to do that. When she doesn't believe that she's this good woman and you're gonna have to tell her otherwise and show her otherwise. Keep going.
Come out of one come. Else were your children unclean.
Mm-hmm.
But now are they holy.
Else your children would be unclean. What does that mean? Because two unclean people make an unclean child. You understand? Two crackheads don't birth a righteous kid, because the kid grows up and following the thing that that they saw, which is why this precept is so heavy, because the reason why typically the children are the way they are is because the two parents are at odds with each other. One is this and one is that. They're not on the same accord. But if I save you, woman, and you save me, guess what we can do together? We can save the kid. You can't have a sister in the truth, then the brother, he ain't in the truth, and then you got a clean kid. That's extremely difficult, because the father's gonna be like, well, I want this kid to do this. The two have to be on the same accord. And now it says, but now they are holy, which holy means separate. We're different. We're not like everybody else. We're not like everybody else. You are my Supergirl, and I'm your Superman. We are not from here. We are from a whole different, other type of place where our ancestors are the greatest people to ever live, thus then now passing off that promise and that bloodline for us to be great as well. Jerry Siegel and that other goof could not fill the shoes of the very people that they're whitewashing in this moment, because they're cowards. They're cowards, right? What we have to do is not idolize the Superman figure and look at that white man as if he's some type of savior. We should always look at him and go, that looks like the villain. That looks like somebody who is smiling on the outside, but is looking to destroy me. This person is cocky. They think that they're con artists. They think that they're God. They think that they're above God. And we should judge that character based off of that, because that's not a righteous way to be. It's wicked to think that you are above God. It is wicked to place yourself in a high position as if you are, and then use that position to oppress people. You understand? These two goofballs, these two ass clowns, thought that they were oppressed, but they really weren't. But they had to go to a source where real black people were oppressed to create a character that they can be confident in. Thus whitewashing our characters and our figures and our ancestors for their entertainment, which is exactly what they did. That's what they did. And if you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Look up Siegel and Schuster and see where they got the idea for this character from. They don't know what oppression is. They don't know how to fight oppression at all. But we do, because we are oppressed. And the fact that we even doing this fight makes us superheroes, period. Any questions in the room? Questions online? All right, Con. Oh, want to remind you guys, June 1st, like I said earlier today, June 1st is Mission 16, homeless mission. We feeding the homeless. If you want to donate, send some cash or whatever, send a couple dollars. You're going to send it to One West Soldier. That's the number one, the word West Soldier. Whatever you want to send, that's fine. Make the subject matter homeless department, so that way we can get some things in for these people downtown on June the 1st. It'll be from 2 to 6. If you have any other donations that you want to donate to either the school or the cause or whatever we're doing, inbox me, Nakashawan Yashala. And with that, I'm going to pass the class off to precinct officer Napash Kaya. Kaya. Oh, wait. Let me say this real fast, right? So I was going to tell you earlier, I said no excuses earlier, right? I said no excuses. Okay, so I come into school. This is behind the scenes. I come into school today. My warband, it don't fit. So I had to rework it to make it fit. No excuses, because we got to have this on. This is our attire. This is what we do. So there's no excuses. But I'm going to take a picture tonight and show y'all what's back here. But we don't have no excuses in here, man. We have a job to do. And that's what I'm saying. All right. With that, pass the the precinct officer, Napash Shalom. 1 second, y'all. ISUBK security announcements. We are the ISUBK start out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York under Command Junior Hanna. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak, Salaki, to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. We can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'aishala. 10% of every penny and any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the closing of the Feast of First Fruit. Pay attention to that online, on our Twitter account, TikTok, YouTube, and or Facebook to get the official calendar of when it ends. Remind Akim and Agwafim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headband. And with that, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Amijam, Amadam Shabbat, Amijam, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh. Y'all tie hands down. We'll give courtesy salute to all the sisters on the line. Men of Israel, Amadam Shabbat, Amijam, Barak, Yahweh Tomorrow. Y'all tie hands down, class dismissed.